dear our group mates and Saida Hanım. Firstly, let me introduce our group members. As time travelers, our team consists of 3 people. Me, Günay Ahmadzadeh, Farid Mehdiyev, and Yadigar Yusufov. Today, we are going to talk about energy overuse in Azerbaijan. Primarily, what is energy overuse? Overusing energy means utilizing more the amount of energy than it is needed. Moreover, there are several fundamental reasons for overconsumption of energy. First of all, most people leave the lights on when they don't need them or when they leave their homes. However, if people turn off the lights when they don't need them, they will save both energy and money. In addition, the amount of energy consumption depends on the kind of light bulbs used, since not all bulbs are created equal. For example, LED lamps are the most energy-saving lamps. LEDs, which produce the same amount of light as other lamps, use about 75% less energy. However, these lights should be switched off as well when they are not utilized. Also, most people charge their phones at night when they sleep, and it stays charged even when the phone is full. This is another way of overconsumption of energy. That's why at night, before going to bed, people should unplug all the devices. They will not need them overnight. Eventually, it's a fact that, as in the rest of the world, energy is used everywhere in Azerbaijan too. However, energy sources are often not utilized sparingly. Therefore, we decided to give information about the negative influences of energy overuse to identify the areas of overconsumption of energy in Azerbaijan and to find a solution to prevent it.
In the past, people relied on natural resources for their living. Gradually, the world developed scientifically and technologically in many areas. Energy was one of the important areas where many new discoveries took place. New sources of energy were made available for consumption. Households all around the world consume a great amount of energy. This excessive use of energy has led to many environmental issues, and this is an environmental topic that revolves around the energy. What drove us to the interest in the environment and the factors that affect it negatively. Creating this presentation will help me raise awareness about the environmental topic that we choose. The environmental negative impacts of the consumption of energy, and the energy overuse has negative aspects such as it can increase climate change. The excessive amount of carbon dioxide dissolves into the ocean that is usually unnoticed because we don't see, or we cannot feel it that is happening. Although at least 1/4 of the carbon dioxide related on by burning coal, gas, and oil absorbed by the oceans. And for the researchers, the world's ocean absorbed 525 billion tons of the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which is equal to the 22 million tons per day. Soil contamination is also very important factor that strongly affects the growth of the crops, just like the people. Soil also needs nutrients. Fertile soil will contain all the major nutrients that will support the growth of the plants. However, generating energy causes the contamination of the soil, and the soil ends up by being highly toxic. And our environmental is going run out. Most of the people do not think what is the meaning of the run out, and but the things are really do run out. Maybe it's that we live in the culture that denies mortality, but we cannot imagine our own end, and so somehow that old skewed point of views applies to everything. And but the things really do run out. Leaves run out, resources are run out, and there are really real consequences to exertion of the thing, and every human being has faced lots. From my point of view, that it simply takes one person to change everything. A single person can make difference, can change the world. So we have to treat our resources the way we treat other lives, as something precious and finite.
As the other countries, the energy overuse can also obviously be observed in Azerbaijan. Literally, we can encounter the energy overuse in our daily life. For instance, the pictures that you see on the screen are the pure examples of the energy overconsumption. The first picture was shot by myself while walking on the street of my neighborhood. Even though it's 2 a.m., street lights are still used. The street lamps continue to work till 6 a.m. This can seem unnecessary in terms of the amount of the electricity that it uses, but considering the fact that this station has been like this for more than 10 years, and it corresponds to a huge amount of energy which has been wasted. The second example is from the overconsumption of natural gas on the restaurants. Since the owner of the restaurant did not allow me to take the pictures of the inside of the restaurant, I will attempt to use representative pictures. The main problem was that the natural gas which was being used to cook lots of meals was wasted because there was nobody on the restaurant. The most pathetic side of this case was that at the end of the day, all the meals were just thrown into the trash bin. As demonstrated on the chart, starting from 2007, there is a 23% increase on the consumption of energy. Of course, the above mentioned cases are the main reasons leading to the energy overuse. Coming to the energy resources used in Azerbaijan, the main part, corresponding to 90% of it, is met with natural gas and oil, which are the fossil fuels. Since the energy that's overconsumed comes from the non-renewable energy resources, which play a huge role on the development of greenhouse effect, carbon dioxide emission is also increasing as the years goes by. To talk about how we can find the remedy of this problem, from my perspective, it's impossible to prevent energy overuse. But there is still one case that we can change this situation to our favor. Considering the fact that the government in Azerbaijan has decided to increase the production of renewable energy, which were mainly preferred to wind and solar energy, to reducing its greenhouse gas emission by 35% by 2030. Using biomass energy could play more essential role on the accelerating the process of preventing air pollution, water pollution, and all the other negative influences of energy overuse compared to other renewable energy resources. The main reason is that as the population is growing up and today's energy overuse that environment is exposed to will be doubled. That's why the waste in environment will also increase and it will trigger the global warming. So we are also aware of the fact that biomass energy can be obtained from the waste. Therefore, for the future, biomass energy seems the most effective renewable energy resource.
Ultimately, we introduced the negative impact of energy overconsumption and energy wasting territories in Azerbaijan. Excessive energy use impacts adversely on factors such as climate and soil. So, carbon dioxide released into the oceans increases the risk of climate change. In addition, nuclear power plants damage the soil because they produce different types of waste, and this leads to the destruction of living organisms that feed on the soil. Also, as Yadigar said, considering the street lights are on at night, This indicates how much energy is consumed over a long period of time. However, instead, lamps can be used which are lit when they hear a sound, because it's clear that not many people are on the street at night. Moreover, we suggested a way to reduce energy overuse in Azerbaijan. So, if we take into account that the government in Azerbaijan has decided to increase the production of renewable energy sources such as wind and solar energy to decrease the greenhouse gas emissions, the use of biomass energy may be more effective. And eventually, these are the references we used in our research. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. If you have any question, let us know. Thank you for your attention.